Hi, it's Jade from the Saddle Bank, and today I'm here at Ideal Saddles and we're going to deep dive behind the scenes and find out everything you need to know about Ideal Saddles, how they're made, the different model ranges, and we're also going to take a trip to the tree shop. So let's take a look. Hi Jim.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
And you?
Can we take a look?
Yeah, come in.
Brilliant.
So this is our showroom.
So Jim, tell me a little bit about Ideal Saddle models and the trees inside them.
Okay, so traditionally Ideal's renowned for having lots of trees the wooden tree variants. So we have approximately 75 standard models as wooden tree models. That's before we go into variants. So we do have quite a wide range of saddles. As traditionally the Ideal saddles were wooden trees, things progress, and recently we've been asked if we can progress to the next stage, which is using the plastic trees.
Yeah.
So from there we have developed our plastic tree models.
Perfect. And the TNT, which was the first one that you brought out?
Yes.
Super popular. Tell me a little bit about that.
The TNT was our first innovation. We chose one of our best trees that we sell, because we make the trees and we sell to other users, so other saddle companies. We picked one of the ones that was the best seller that we felt would cover a wider range of horses. So we picked what's known as the WR12 or the Centennial tree and based the TNT on that. We did a few little tweaks, made the point slightly longer with the intention of when we do a jump saddle, cut the points off. However, we found when we did pliance that the pressures were so good with the extra length of the point on, we've kept the point lengths on the large majority of the saddles.
So can you tell me a little bit about the saddles within the TNT range?
Okay, so we start with the intro side of things with the TNT GP.
Yeah.
So the TNT GP was the first one we developed. Then with that, as the progression goes along, we did the twin flap jump and the twin flap dressage. So these were the first start models for the TNT range with the intention of getting the end user used to the model, getting the people here used to making the model, because they're made on plastic trees. They're made slightly different to a normal saddle. A lot of the things that we try to keep in the production of it still is the same as a traditional made tree or treed saddle, but with these there are a few little changes, i.e. the screws for the fronts, so you can do the adjustable with the gullet plates. From that we progressed to these saddles. So we went to a monoflap saddle, which gives you a closer feel for the rider and allows more room for the horse to move and to breathe underneath the saddle, sort of thing. So we then decided we were going to progress a little bit further and developed the flapless saddles. These are known as the Iconics. So the Iconics range is a jump and a dressage, and these saddles are from here known as flapless, as they don't have.
No, super close contact. It's like an all-in-one, isn't it, with the panel and the flap together. But I love the TNT range. I think they're such comfortable saddles to sit in. And the leather on these as well, like it's such a grippy leather. What type of leather is that on the seat in there?
That is as a general rule, either a Suave, which is a grippy leather, because most people want grippy leather when they're in their saddles. You can upgrade all the leather.
Yeah.
So you can go to some of our more expensive saddles, to the calves and things like that. Yeah. But we try to keep the quality of the leather as high as we can, even with the intro level saddles.
No, they're lovely. And this one we can completely customise in terms of the piping and the glitzy bits and bobs. And
yeah, you can do that with these ones as well. which some people do. But these ones have been designed specifically with certain areas that can be blinged up a little bit, yeah. So such as the cantles, the facings, and inlays on the flaps.
Amazing. And in terms of gullet bar sizes, what sort of sizes do we go to and from?
Right, T&T range has 6 sizes. So we have medium narrow, medium, medium wide, wide, wide plus, and extra wide.
Perfect. So it suits a wide range of horses.
Yes, it does. Goes from 84 to 107 degrees. So it's quite a wide range.
And if I've got a bit of a broader horse, what would you suggest?
The T&T works really well on cobs. With the T&Ts, we found that there are 2 designs of panel that work for us. One is the panel number 1, which is for wider horses, and if I show you on the saddle, this is what we would call a number 1 panel. So each side of the panel is separate, and when you undo the screws, they fall away to the sides.
Yeah.
So that is the number 1 panel. Works really well for wider horses. Still works well for narrow horses, but is better for the wider horse.
Yeah.
So this is the number 2 panel with the flat facing, and it is attached on both sides. What that allows us to do is bring the front leg gusset up a little bit further, which allows this area here to close up.
Yeah.
So when you're fitting it to a narrow horse, it then gives you more support in front.
Yeah, perfect.
So this does work well, again, for a wide horse, but it will work better for a narrow horse.
Perfect. So we've swapped them all over to the XL models. Can you talk me through them?
Okay, so like the T&Ts, the XL models come as a GP, a twin flap jump, twin flap dressage, a monoflap dressage, and a flapless dressage. There is a flapless jump, but we don't have one up here at the moment.
Yep.
With this, the designs are being kept similar because they know they work, so as the traditional GP styles and things like that. The only thing is that these saddles are that little bit bigger, so they've taken up a lot more room. But they are designed to fit that broader horse. You can give you then a lot more contact, so as a saddle fitter, you get more contact through the panel. So the panels are quite broad as well, but still allowing you a very wide gullet.
Yeah.
Especially these days with horses which have spines that are getting wider and wider. We found that we've been asked constantly for wider gullets, so these have been designed with wider gullets, and that allows a lot more contact with the way the panel is designed for the horse and rider, so you get less movements or more stability, especially on the wider, rounder horses where you do tend to have a little bit of rock and roll. This does help because of the panel systems, the way they've been designed.
Perfect.
So quite traditional, quite simple, and then we go on to the more advanced dressage saddles. With these, we've made them a little bit more blingy. These are on request, but we have a lot of materials that we can put into them, such as the fake crocodiles, different colours of those, stardust, which is becoming quite a popular material. So there are lots of options, and there's approximately 30 different colours of welting. So this is what we would call the welting area. So there's 30 options plus for that.
Amazing. And can you tell me a little bit about the final adjustable tree model, which is ideal for pony clubbers and junior riders?
Okay, so this is what we call the Joe Jump. It's a junior jump saddle. It's not very forward cut, so it can be used as a general purpose saddle. It comes in a 14, 15 and 16 inch, no half sizes. However, it comes as only 2 colours. We have the military brown with the cream welting and the black with the grey welting. It comes with an adjustable gullet system like the T&Ts and the XLs. It has 6 adjustabilities, so from, again, medium narrow, medium wide, wide, extra wide and extra wide.
Perfect. And can we have a look at how they're made?
Yeah, no problem.
Great.
So this is one of our machinist rooms. This is where the seaming is done, and as you can see on the wall we've got all the different colours of welting, and Maxine here is machining up some skirts onto a seat. Yep. So this then becomes the seaming for the saddler. So this is another machinist room, and in here we have all the different colours for the different machine stitching. Yep. So yeah, we have a good option, and most of them do match the different colours of welting and crocodile and things like that we use here. So this is where we keep our pre-moulded rolls. So traditionally saddlers would make their own rolls, but because we make so many saddles it would take too long, and the saddlers would spend all their time making the different types of rolls. So we have a master roll, and from that we have the pre-moulded knee rolls made. Okay, so here at Ideal we spend literally millions of pounds a year on leather. We believe in quality, that even our basic standard leather has to be good. So in here we have our smooth leathers, so varying in different colours, and across here we have the more patterned leathers, so which is your Memels and Nordics. So you have a pattern feature on the saddle because not everybody likes the smooth. Down here are some samples or offcuts of different leathers, primarily what we call the buffalo. Yeah. And the buffalo comes in different varies of grain. So we have quite deep grain buffalo there, and in this one, as you can see, quite a smooth grain of buffalo.
This might be a bit of a silly question, but is there different breeds of buffalo which causes a different thing, or is it just
different
individual?
part of the skin?
Oh right, okay.
So you get, when you lay out the skin, you'll get the rough edges around the edges. Yeah. They are literally the rough edges, and then as you get closer to the centre, yeah, it becomes smoother.
Oh, okay.
And certain saddles, like the Haley saddle, is as a norm made in the smoother leather. Yeah. And then we have customers that love the grainy, especially for customers in America and places like that. They love the deep grain of the buffalo. So here we have panel leather. So this leather is designed to be a little bit thicker than the leather you would put on the seats and the knee pads. It's designed to hold its structure, so when you have your saddle made, the part that connects the tree and the rider to the horse is the panel, and so you can't have it too soft a leather, or otherwise you get too much movement. So it's a slightly thicker hide, allowing that little bit of rigidity. And when you're doing as a saddle fitter reflocking, what you don't get is the swell that some some leathers can give you. So in here is where all the saddlers' trees are prepared. We have multiple ways of straining trees. So the chap that strains all the trees is trained in each way of straining, depending on how you want to sit the rider, whether you want them moving forward, moving back, make it more comfortable for the rider. So there are 5 different ways of straining trees, which we won't go into today. Some of them are secret. Okay, so each of the saddlers would get a job sheet, and from that job sheet they would denote what trees they need. Each of the trees would then be kept with all the straps required already set up and all the straining done. So the saddlers don't have to do that themselves. So traditionally a saddler would have to strain his own trees, but here, to make things a lot easier and a lot quicker, one person does all the straining, and that way we keep that constant quality of straining, so we know that they're all strained exactly the same, so depending on what the customer requires. So up here is the saddle mines. So this is where most of the saddlers are. We've still got some upstairs, and this is where each of the saddlers comes and does, varying from 7 to 12 saddles a week, depending on skills or the type of saddles they're making. Okay, so here we have the automatic cutting machine. It's here to make life easier for the cutters. So anything that's a standard piece of equipment, such as the panels, the flaps on certain saddle models, if they're fairly standard, then it will be cut on this machine. We still have the hand cutters because we make so many variations on our saddles that it's quicker for the hand cutters to do it rather than for the machine to be set up. By the time you set it up, the hand cutters will have already done it. Yeah. So this earns its money by doing all the standard type stuff. Yeah. So what you've got here is a screen with the panels, positions and things like that, and they're all set up using the camera and the video screen over there. What that does is allows the user to look at the leather, find any imperfections, and then from that mark them up, and then when she's setting all the panel positions or any of the other components, then she can avoid any necessary areas, and that way we waste as little as possible on the leather. As I said earlier, wastage of leather is one of our biggest issues at the moment, where we're trying to use up as much as possible.
And what does the plastic sheet do?
The plastic sheet is designed to suck the leather down, because the leather can have little ripples in it. Those ripples can affect the cutting machine, so as it moves along it can catch on them and then it just tears. So obviously that blade is very, very sharp, so it'll just tear through the leather without any problem. So putting the plastic sheeting over with the vacuum system underneath sucks the leather down and holds it nice and firm, so that when the cutting blade goes across, it then has nothing to snag on. So this is the laser etching machine. So we use this for finer finishing touches on the more prestige saddles, and we make for other people, so we do the laser etching on here. So we do logos and things like that. So some of our newer models, such as the Sophia, the Sienna, things like that, all the stamp sizes, the serial numbers and things like that are done on here. So it looks more professional.